Jay's Gear's back.
Yeah, because
You know what that means?
Means fucking good times.
It means we're no longer a Phillies podcast.
I mean,
We're back. We're back.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Flight Deck podcast. We've been delayed a couple days. I'm day to day. But I'm gonna try and play today.
He's day to day with an illness. I'm day to day with my sleep schedule as fuck.
Yep. So it's gonna go well today.
Yes.
Obviously, congrats to the Houston Astros. They have won the World Series since our last episode. Feels like it was like a month ago now, but
I know it was only a week ago today.
Week and a bit. So they played 2 games after our last podcast, and the Astros took them both.
Yep.
Was there anything big in there that you wanted to talk about? I wasn't really keen on either of them.
Okay, that was the Chas McCormick catch in the game 5.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was great.
Verlander finally got his World Series win.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a close game. So it's not much more you can do there.
No. Shout out to Mr. Pena doing his thing.
Mr. Pena doing his thing. And then
World Series MVP, Mr. Pena.
Yeah. In game 6, we learned that Yuli Gurriel injured for the rest of the series, which was a day.
Yeah.
Like
wasn't much.
Trey Mancini took him the last game of the season to get a hit in the postseason. So good for him.
He also made a great play in game 5.
Yes.
Saved the game essentially.
All right. And then the moment that I kind of small thing.
Yeah.
The decision to take out Zach Wheeler for Jose Alvarado to face
because Alvarez has already hit a double off of Alvarado in this series.
Yes, and he's the game before. That was the 4th time that Jordan saw him.
You can only go so many times with the same guy before he beats you, and they did it again. And Wheeler was cruising.
Yeah, he gave up 3 hits when he came out. Like,
didn't make a lot of sense, but they threw him in. Jordan made him pay, and that was the game.
Yeah. But you want to? What else didn't make sense? Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah. That was the one thing I did want to talk about.
So if you may have missed it, but Kyle Schwarber, the NL home run leader, down 2 in a game,
who had a pretty good series.
Was hitting bombs in the game of their lives with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Yeah.
Tries to lay down a bunt. You're Kyle fucking Schwarber.
Yeah, that's got to come from Schwarber himself, right? Like that's not something that's coming.
Yeah, there's no shot that Rob Thompson is telling him to bunt right there in a 2-run game.
Like, I can't see that. That's just I don't know. It's baffling. Maybe he didn't know the count. Like that's the only thing I can think of.
Like
you got to know though. You got to know the situation. 2 up in the 8th. Like you need base runners right now. Like you're down 2. If you reach, you got the big boys coming behind you. Anything can happen. Why are you just conceding? Crazy. Mind-blowing decision. Made no sense. And yeah, that was it. That was the series.
Congrats to Dusty Baker. Congrats to Trey Mancini,
the inventor of the high five. Shout out him.
Yep. Already announced that he's back with the Astros. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. Like it took him 15 minutes apparently. The meeting was 15 minutes long, and boom, he had a new.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, hey Dusty, we really like you, and he's like, I really like being here. We just won a World Series. Let's do it again. All right, cool, done.
Yeah.
Like
on the weirder side of things, their GM is gone.
Yeah,
they decided not to resign.
They didn't bring back James Click, their GM, and they offered him a 1-year deal.
Yeah. Strange. I mean, in fairness, what did he really do?
With
like that team was in place before
the turnover on that team. I guess because everybody that was on that team minus, I guess Mancini and Vasquez were already there.
Yeah, he made the moves at the deadline, but all the other guys were just young guys that came up from the last one.
Did he sign anybody? Like I can't even remember. Like, did the Astros sign anybody?
Not big enough to matter.
I mean, I guess
you think about it. Maldonado was there. Yuli was there. Altuve was there.
Pena was already there.
Came up. Yeah. Bregman was there.
Jordan
was there.
Brantley was still there.
He didn't really do anything. The whole rotation was there.
Yes.
He signed Verlander, so I'll give him that, I guess.
But okay, cool.
But I mean, I don't think you can give a ton of credit to him for this, the way this team is.
No.
Like this has been the same team for since 2017. Like they haven't really changed. Like they obviously they turned over Springer and
Correa.
Correa, thank you. But the guys that they got in were already there. Like it's not he didn't bring anyone in to replace them. It's just like he happened to have them. So yeah, I mean it's not a huge deal for them. They're still going to be disgusting next year. Like this team is coming back exactly the same, minus Yuli, which I think you can live with that.
Yeah. It was just like whatever. So I guess we can finally get to the off season.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say.
It feels like we should have been getting to the off season a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's just, but we didn't. Before we get there,
yes,
if you guys haven't already, I've mentioned it every episode. Bedstamp, still doing great things. Still a great app to use for gambling. I use it. You should use it. Everyone should use it. Basically, what it is it takes odds from every site that you can bet on. I think it's Canada, but every site that you can bet on puts all the odds into one place, so you know you're getting the best odds every time. That way, you're making a little bit more money every time you bet. So you're finding the best odds. You're making the most money you possibly can. It's a win-win-win. Also, you can bet with your friends. You can see what they're betting on. You can see what we're on there. You can see what we're betting on. All sorts of things. It's pretty wicked. I also screwed up the code last week. I went back. I'm like, it's not the A Sports. It's just A Sports, which is like I've done it right every week, but that week I just brain fart. Whatever. Anyways, what you can do is you can go to betstamp.app and use the promo code A Sports. No, just A Sports. It's EH Sports. Yeah, download it. Make yourself a little bit of money. It's worth it. Definitely worth it. It's fun.
So we want to start with around the league, or do you want to start with our team?
Oh, we're starting with the Jays.
Okay, so
it's been way too long since we've been able to talk about the Jays.
Oh boy,
we're talking about the Jays.
It's been at least 4 or 5 Sundays, 6 Sundays. I mean Saturdays since we last got to talk about the Blue Jays in a real way.
Yeah.
So I think that before we get to the free agency and what that can do,
I got somewhere I want to start.
But I think I know I want to start where I think you're trying to start. So go ahead.
I want to start with Vlad.
Yep, we're already doing it. Vlad,
what did we just say?
We literally, our words were, can we stop with the quotes? And you know what Vladdy does?
He throws it out there.
Nuke.
Yeah.
It was a couple. He dropped a couple.
Like, why, Vlad? Why?
So I don't know. Like he was doing an interview in it was for Latin, like a Latin publication.
It was Hector Gomez doing it, right?
Was it Hector?
I think it was Hector. I don't really know him that well.
I think Hector was just kind of relaying the message, but essentially on the Vladdy was asked about a couple things. One, he was asked if he would ever sign for the Yankees, and he did the
Ken Griffey Jr.
though. He Ken Griffey Jr. the Yankees, which I love.
Yeah,
he said
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate that. No, he's like, I like to kill the Yankees. I would never sign with the Yankees, not even dead. And I'm like,
the translation didn't really work very well. No, I get what he's saying.
Yeah, the
basically
the
he would die before signing with the Yankees.
The essence was there.
I'm with you for sure.
Let's see. And then the other one was, and this is the one that I kind of just like, why, Vladdy? He said Boston versus Yankees rivalry, but that's not true. The Yankees don't want to play us. The Yankees are afraid of us. Vlad.
That's just straight up not true, my man.
Vladdy, man.
Like, I love the first one. The confidence, it's great. I love killing the Yankees. You should. As a Blue Jay, you should hate the Yankees.
Yeah.
It makes sense. As a Red Sox, you should hate the Yankees. If you're in the AL East, you should hate the Yankees. So that quote makes sense. To say that they're scared to play us is just straight up false. They kicked our teeth in a lot this year. We had a couple of good games against them. And they're probably afraid to face Vlad. Like Vlad made them his son a couple of times.
But Garrett Cole, but
yeah. Other than that, I wouldn't be throwing that out there. Like, we crushed the Yankees. This is straight up not true.
Thing we do.
It's not true.
Okay, so
it's gonna bite them in the ass.
Yeah,
I can't.
And do you know what's not gonna bite them in the ass is that the MLB the qualifying offer list came out, and the Ross Stripling is not on it. He did not get a qualifying offer, which
I don't get it.
I'm not mad at it.
I don't get it.
My thing is,
what was your fear? That he wouldn't sign for 1 year?
No, the fear is that he actually signs it, and that's $20 million.
18. for 1 year.
I think it went up.
Is it?
It's up to like at least.
I heard it was 18 or 19.
I think it's like 19 million, and I'm like,
for 1 year.
You're putting 1 year 19 million on Ross Stripling. That's.
I mean, it's a 1 year, and like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You're not paying anybody else right now. Like,
I think
none of the big boys are getting their extensions
yet.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You have the 1 year deal so that you don't have to worry about it.
I'm going with the optimistic route of we didn't do this.
Yeah.
So we're A, confident we're going to get him back regardless.
Maybe.
Or B, we're getting somebody that is better, equal or better than him for the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So
the one thing I'm not happy about them not giving it to him is that if someone else signs him now, we get nothing. Like, I think you make the qualifying offer just because I don't think he's going to take it. Like, I think he can get multi-years after what he just did.
Like,
but now if he gets multi-years elsewhere, you're not getting anything for it. Like, I would have at least rather had some picks.
Yeah, but it's whatever. I mean,
it also kind of protects you from, like, if you want to go out and sign a guy like Jock, because Jock got the QO.
Jock got the QO.
So if you sign Jock now, it's going to cost you picks. So I would rather have the picks from Stripling if I'm going to sign Jock, right?
The Jock QO was so, like, just why?
I don't get it.
Why'd they QO him? Like, if I'm Jock, that's $19 million that I'm taking.
I'm taking
like, I'll stick in San Fran for 1 more year, but it's like, why would you give him that? And then there was like Nate Eovaldi that got the qualifying offer too, and I'm just like,
he's turning that down though. I wouldn't want to go back to the Reds.
No, man. Like, I would have.
They're currently with their roster that they have. I saw this yesterday.
They're a 60 win.
They're a 60 win team on paper
because their starting shortstop would be what? Jeter Downs. It's Jeter
Christian
Downs.
Casas at first.
Christian Casas, yeah, and then
their outfield is just
their catcher's what? Connor Wong and Reese McGuire. Like,
it was Reese McGuire on the list. So yeah, that's yikes.
Yikes, man.
I wouldn't want to go back if I'm Nate.
No. All right. Well, I guess then we could go on to, like, this is a small piece of news that I found interesting that could. So obviously the Blue Jays had to announce, like, everybody that was injured had to come off the 60-day. So and everybody was just like, what? So Hyun-Jin Ryu came off of the 60-day.
Ready to go.
He's ready to go. He's raring. He's seen throwing 95 again.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
vintage Ryu coming back
in MLB The Show. But then the interesting one was that Nathan Lukes was the man that got put on the 40-man, which tells me something that I maybe I don't like.
You're moving some outfielders?
Raimel Tapia is getting non-tendered.
I didn't even think of that.
I think Raimel Tapia.
When's the non-tender deadline? The 15th?
I think it's the 15th.
We have that down here somewhere, I think. No?
I do. I think it's part of the deadline thing that we had.
Did I get rid of it? Important dates. There.
Important dates, yeah. I think it's here.
Yeah, it was here.
The non-tender deadline is next Friday.
Next Friday.
I think the non-tender options on this team are Raimel Tapia.
Yeah.
Like, and that's unfortunate because
I think they like him on the team, but like when you look at his season as a whole, it wasn't very good.
No, he had that like one stretch, like
granted, it was like that time when he hit the grand slam, the inside the park grand slam in Boston. Like, he was on a run there.
Yeah, he had more RBI in that series alone than the entire Red Sox team. Yeah. Like,
that was the run he went on where it's like, wow, this guy's figuring it out, and then he lost it again.
But then he also had the moment against the Royals when the comeback win. Because you remember when it was Canada, we were in the Canada Day jerseys, and Jordan Romano gave up the home run to Vinny Pasquantino.
Kind of.
Okay, and then Vladdy comes up in extra inning because so George's on second, Vladdy comes up, knocks him in immediately. Then I think it was.
I do remember this.
Then I think Tapia pinch ran for Kirk because that was at the time when Kirk was still batting third. So then he comes in, hits it out the middle, and Vladdy just zooms around.
Yeah,
everybody,
I do remember that.
Yeah, and then he's just getting hype, and I'm just like, you know what, Remo? I like you now. That was the moment where everybody was like, you know what? Cool dude.
He was a likable dude. I'm talking about him like he's already gone. He's not. But
no, he's not. But like, I think the writing's on the wall because Luke does exactly what Tapia does.
Yeah. We lost JBJ, but we still have about 100 outfielders.
Yeah, like
we still have Brad.
Did we still have Brad?
He had an option. I don't know if they exercised it though.
Don't pick it up, please. Don't pick it up. Don't do it.
That's my guy.
Don't do it. We have Otto Lopez.
Brad's gonna go to the off season. He's gonna work hard. He's gonna come back 300 hitter.
Nope.
20 bombs. Gold glove.
Okay.
He's going to be our Brandon Nimmo.
Okay, so then
all right, back to where
back to the top, and then so this one is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Okay, so there was Steamer had put out these like projections for pitchers that they deem would fall and rise in their ERA.
Yeah,
based on and preface this by saying they pitch a minimum of 100 innings.
Yeah.
So the most interesting one, there's 3 Blue Jays on this list. Yusei Kikuchi, he had a 5.19 ERA in 2022.
He's going down to a 3.94.
Steamer projects a 3.94. You know what?
I think that's correct. That's probably the most correct one on the list.
I think he will go up. Yeah, I think his ERA will go down.
I think he's definitely going to 3.94.
And then
he might even go down to 3.5.
Yeah, and then Jose Barrios had a 5.23 ERA within the most confusing season I've ever seen from a Blue Jays pitcher in my life.
Yep.
And Steamer projects him at a 4.21.
You gotta think he goes down.
You gotta, right? Dude. That was like the worst season of his career.
Yeah. And he had some moments, so like it's possible.
He had stretches where he was really good. Like,
so if he can just figure that out, I think he's gonna you can't be a 5.23 again. It's not likely.
But the one that breaks my entire brain and just like Steamer throw it out is they have Alek Manoah going from a 2.24 to a 4.11 ERA.
It's going to be worse than Yusei Kikuchi.
Yes. So Steamer is saying that Yusei Kikuchi will be a better pitcher next year than Alek Manoah.
Yeah, but we all knew that.
Yeah, I guess. Especially when Kikuchi coming, Big Daddy Cooch out the pen.
Out of the pen? Dude, he's putting up a 2.25.
My thing is, do I expect Alek Manoah to have a 2.24 again?
No, probably not.
But to basically go up 2 whole ERA points in a season?
Yeah, I just don't see that. Like where is this regression coming from?
Is it the hard hit rate? Like, is that what you think is going to happen?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't get it. I've lost all faith in Steamer once I saw that the MLB Nerds. I think that's the guy that uses Steamer all the time. All the stuff he puts out, I'm like, yeah, Steamer's just not reliable. Yeah. Like if that's how these rankings look, we're just not trusting.
Yeah, there's certain pitchers. Steamer, like in the same vein, Steamer has Julio Urias, a Cy Young finalist, going from a 2.16 to a 4.04. Like. They have Dylan Cease going from a 220 to a 371.
The whole list of guys that drop off is embarrassing.
Like
Cueto makes sense.
Cueto, Christian Javier, Nestor Cortez, Dylan Cease.
I could see Nestor regressing.
Yeah, I could see Nestor regressing. Dylan Cease, Tyler Anderson, I could actually see regressing because he was on the Dodgers this year.
Yeah.
Justin Verlander, I don't expect him to have an ERA under 2 again. Like
no. He definitely regresses. 3.5 is aggressive.
Yeah, it's aggressive. These are all aggressive. Like,
but he could. I think the Verlander one makes a little bit of sense because he's getting older and you never know, right?
The thing is that like all of the improvers on there are just like, okay, you're gonna drop like 0.8 points of ERA.
Yeah.
The decline's like, no, you're gonna drop 3 full points.
Yeah.
Like
that's just I don't know.
You're going from Cy Young to fifth starter.
Gaining 2.23 is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's like crazy. It's baffling. That's kind of the only way I can put it. It's a wild list.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's really all I can say about that. It's just the idea that Yusei Kikuchi is going to have a better ERA than Alek Manoah is just laughable.
Like, yeah. And the fact that like apparently Jose Barrios will basically be. So basically what Steamer is saying is Jose Barrios and Alek Manoah will be equivalents next year.
Yeah.
And not in a good way.
Which, you know what? The beginning of this year, I would have said probably. Now,
no,
not happening. Yeah. So the offseason started. Free agency is open.
Yeah.
Nothing has happened.
I mean, there's been a couple.
All the relievers are gone. That's the only thing that's happened.
Yeah.
Robert Suarez signed his deal.
First off,
way too much.
5 years, $46 million with an opt-out.
I'm not doing that.
And then Rafael Montero,
today.
A lot of Blue Jays people wanted 3 years, 34. My thing is, I'm seeing his reliever contracts, and I'm like, yo, Jimmy Garcia's getting fucking gypped. We had some on Jimmy. He's getting 5. I think he's making 2 years 11. Like,
it's great. That's a bargain. That's the guys you need to go get. I don't need to go spend 10, 11 million dollars on a reliever. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Unless that reliever's Jordan Romano, but like Jordan's not even there at that point.
No.
Like
Edwin Diaz's deal, maybe.
Like, yeah, Edwin Diaz.
But you never know with Edwin Diaz. He was bad 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me he's for sure what he's been the last year and a half? I can't say that with certainty. I don't know.
Yeah. Do I expect his strikeout percentage to be 50 basically next year?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Like,
so I mean, especially like he got 5 years too, didn't he?
5 years, 102.
That's insane. I'm not throwing out that money to relievers.
That makes a regardless of who the contract look tame.
Yeah.
Chapman got like what 5 at 85? Like,
yeah. It's just wild. I don't know.
Yeah. So the Blue Jays are out on all these relievers, which sucks.
Yeah. Which
one reliever that was a free agent and immediately got signed that I was like, maybe it was Nick Martinez of the Padres. He's a guy that could just, he was basically Ross Stripling, but like had more high out leverage bullpen experience. And I'm just like, you can get him. Nope. But he goes to Atlanta along with former Ray Nick Anderson.
Oh, did he? I didn't see the Nick Anderson stuff.
Yeah. If according to Passon, unless Twitter is fucking twittering me right now. No, this is actual Passon. Okay. Yep. So he got a it's a what they're calling a split contract, the split deal. So if he is in the majors, he will get a 875,000.
Okay.
But if he's in the minors, he's getting 180,000. Which
holy, that's a difference.
Yeah.
That was a guy I would have liked to take a flyer on. Yeah. I know he's been hurt, but like if he's healthy, he can be a good pen arm.
So is there? There's a couple places we could take it with the Blue Jays.
Can we talk about Alejandro Kirk?
Okay, you wanted to. Okay, we can go into this. Yes.
I don't really know where I want to go with this. Now, everyone, I've seen it a couple times now where apparently a lot of teams are interested in the Jays catcher depth.
I mean, why wouldn't they be?
As they should be. Like, our second best catcher just won a Silver Slugger.
And our third best catcher is one of the top prospects in baseball.
Yeah. So like it makes sense. I don't know how to handle that situation. I don't want to lose Danny Jansen. That's selfish reasoning.
I think just going off of like the three players, I think Danny has the least amount of value you can get back.
I think so too.
But
easily. He also may be the better catcher of the three, which is crazy.
He has at when the very minimum when healthy, which has been like an issue for him.
Yeah.
When healthy, best power out of
absolutely. Probably the best hitter. Production hitter.
Production is in like he'll get shit.
He's driving in runs and he's hitting for extra bases.
But Kirk is the motherfucker that'll have like he
gets on base, but like
he'll go on a run where he'll hit like 3 to 5 multi-hit games in a row, and it's just like, yeah, okay, you just keep doing it, and I'm just like, all right. And Gabe Moreno, who we still don't really know anything, like he played.
Gabe Moreno in that last couple games there looked phenomenal, and he played everywhere, and that was great.
That was weird. He played what? He caught one game?
Played second, played third,
played left field.
Yeah,
like
so that's insane.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, I think any of these guys can fetch you something that you need.
Yes.
I think obviously there's interest from Detroit on Danny Jansen, and Detroit has all of their relievers that we can go after.
And the starters.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a possibility. The other one that got floated out there was the weird one with the Cardinals.
The Cardinals, because the Cardinals need a catcher, and we could use one of their young outfielders.
Sure.
I guess
I don't really agree, but
yeah,
I didn't mind Brendan Donovan. Lars Nootbaar, I just don't really understand.
Apparently, it was all the advanced metrics with Lars Nootbaar. Like he had like a really good back half of the year, and it was just he barreled everything. Yeah. Like so, yeah, it's just a matter of what you want. I think, but I honestly think I would not be surprised if it's Gabe Moreno getting traded.
I wouldn't be surprised if none of them get traded, honestly.
That too. I'm like,
I think that's more to like, why would they? They like these guys. They have a role for all three of them.
I think it's just a matter of why hoard at 3? Why hoard 3 catchers?
Catcher,
when you have,
as much as I love these guys, catcher's a position you really don't need strength at. Like, when's the last time a championship winning team has had like their catcher has been one of their best hitters? Kansas City?
Not even then. Salvador Perez wasn't the greatest hitter even then.
Yeah. I think he was hitting 3-4 for them, but
definitely hasn't been the Houston years.
No.
I don't.
Boston, it wasn't Boston.
Was the year the Dodgers won? Will Smith?
Probably, but Will Smith's still not their best player.
Yeah, Will Smith still not.
He's good.
Yeah, catchers. I think it was Will Smith. Yeah.
It's just like, as much as it's nice to have a good hitting catcher, you don't really need it. Like, you'd rather your catcher be sound defensively.
You don't need it when the rest of your team can hit.
Yeah, exactly.
And if the catcher can hit, it's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
And there was also one that did kind of get floated out there too, that like Cleveland could want one of them, and we could maybe wrangle a Bieber. Like,
I think that would have to be Moreno, right?
Yeah, it has to be. Like,
or maybe Kirk. I guess they'd probably have interest in Kirk.
Yeah. We should also say Silver Slugger Alejandro Kirk.
Yes, I did mention that, but I kind of mentioned it in passing. But
yeah.
Kirk's numbers after the All-Star break were bad.
Oh, they weren't great.
No. Mm-hmm. He hit 246, 340, 320. He had a 320 slug.
So what was his OPS, like 6 something?
660 with a WRC plus of 95.
Before the All-Star break, he was hitting 310.
Yeah, well, I'll do that one too, but
like,
it's not. That's concerning to me.
Yeah,
I don't know if that affects his.
I guess value. The only I guess obviously the shooting him some bail there was his first actually fully healthy
full season. Yeah.
Like,
and he's not the peak athlete.
No,
the nicest way to put it.
But like,
it's tough to carry that weight around for 162 games.
Yeah, but he still plays really well.
Yeah, like, I'm not. He's a better athlete than I am.
Oh, facts. Yes.
But in terms of the rest of major leaguers, he's a big dude, and that's a tough load to pull around for 162 games, especially as a catcher.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna break down. It happens to all of them. It happens to Danny.
Yeah,
it's a tough goal.
Yeah, I mean, and then like, there's other plays, like things we could talk about with the trading. I mean, actually, before we even get to that, remember? Do you know Michael Baboa?
Yeah.
Do you believe any of that shit?
I don't, but he seems to be right every now and then, and it's kind of wild.
Michael Baboa, for people that don't know, he's just a guy on Twitter that like randomly pops up and drops like potentially actually factual news.
Yeah.
And then
sometimes it hits and you're like, does this guy have sources, or has he just got a horseshoe?
So he's the Carlos if anybody knows, he's the Carlos Baerga of Twitter.
Literally.
With less fire graphics.
Yeah, not as cool. Definitely not as cool.
Yeah. So, but Baboa did say that the Blue Jays are engaging in talks with Andrew Heaney.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
which now a bunch of other people have said it too. So it's like,
so I'm like, you know what? Andrew Heaney, obviously the last that many of the Blue Jays fans seen him, he was a Yankee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
good there.
Throw that out. No, honestly, throw that out because they had him out of the bullpen and he's never come out of the bullpen in his life. That's like
the Dodgers turned him into a weapon.
The Dodgers made him actually like, well, it's the Dodgers, but like
the Dodgers do it for everyone.
I think he pitched in he started like 15 games. He had like a 3-1. Like,
I don't know if the Dodgers get enough credit for being an absolute pitching factory.
Yeah, it's actually
like everyone just kind of ignores that because they're just so good. But like every pitcher they ever have is just phenomenal, and then they just suck in the playoffs. But
yeah,
it's crazy. Kirk before the All-Star break, 315, 395, 487.
So it was like a 8 something OPS.
Something. That math's a lot harder. 155 WRC plus. Tale of two seasons for that kid.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah, and then free agents are another thing because we could also talk about how we're apparently in on Kodai Senga, one of the international free agents, because apparently the Ross Atkins has a good relationship with the agent? Of Kodai Senga.
Yeah.
So
apparently he touches 99.
Touches 99. Has a what they call a ghost ball, which is basically like a fucking. It's a I think Kevin Gosman's splitter on drugs. Is essentially the videos that I've seen.
Yeah.
Like it's Kevin Gosman's splitter, but just dumber. Like
so the guy can pitch.
The guy can pitch.
Okay.
I think he's 28, 29 years old. Like
so he's been there a while.
Standard.
See, those are the guys you're going to take a flyer on. Like I don't need to spend $12 million on a reliever when I can go get a guy for 3-4. Hope he does the same thing.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
And then like we could loop back around on trades. There's one trade that I would like to get to last because it's what the fuck worthy.
Okay.
But there's been two like kind of trades floated out there.
Yep.
One in the Athletic by Corey Brock and Caitlin McGrath that the Blue Jays and our beloved friends, the Seattle Mariners, could make a trade.
I like that what they put up there too.
So they said that the Blue Jays would trade Santiago Espinal and reliever Alejandro Malayan for Chris Flexen and Penn Murphy. Which
I like Penn Murphy a lot.
I like Penn Murphy. I Chris Flexen intrigues me. He could start. He can come out of the pen. Yeah. Like
I like Penn Murphy a lot.
I really do like Penn Murphy.
I would do the deal for just Penn Murphy. Like I don't need Flexen thrown in.
It's fucking overkill, but I don't mind. Murphy. I don't mind that deal. But then,
as much as I love Santiago Espinal, you have a lot of Santiago Espinals right now. Respectfully, like
you have older Santiago Espinal and you have lefty, not as great of a not a slightly worse fielder Santiago Espinal.
Like Cav and Witt can both do what Santi does.
What one we saw, you have Santiago Espinal, but
and
3
you
years
have
younger,
fucking Gabby. Yeah, exactly.
His name is Otto Lopez,
and you have Otto, dude. Yeah, like honestly, you have 4 guys that can do what Santi does. Like respectfully,
like
I'm okay moving him if it gets me a pen arm.
I don't think Santi. When it comes to Santi, I don't think his trade value is going to be higher. Any higher?
No, this is it. This is peak for him. Unless he comes out and hits like a 30 homer year, but
he's coming off
already as big as he's going to get
this year.
Yeah,
he was like.
Well,
so
it's a bit of a pity all-star, but he was an all-star. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So that trade was that's more of a tame trade. There's 3 levels. There's a tame trade. There's the trade that I'm going to get into right now, and then there's one that's like pipe dream. Actually, these two can kind of go into the pipe dream one, but one of them is like what the fuck kind of pipe dream.
Okay.
The second one, teams have already come out, or teams have already discussed at the GM meetings about talking to the Milwaukee Brewers when it comes to their pitching. People have been asking around about Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, and Freddie Peralta.
If Corbin Burns is available,
if Corbin Burns is available, I think even on like the lower end, quote unquote, of that, Freddie Peralta.
Sure.
Like,
but like for Corbin Burns, if your name's not Ricky Tiedemann, you're in the deal. Personally,
facts. Like,
I don't really care. Take him.
Yeah, Corbin Burns would be ridiculous.
Yeah, and I'm not giving up a ton of them, but like, you want Gabby? Here, take Gabby.
Yeah, and obviously, like they were like, well, Burns is less likely to be moved. There's a scenario where he is traded. Yeah, and the possible fits are like the Dodgers, the Blue Jays, the Orioles.
Oh, I can't see it.
I
just can't see it. Who are you giving up? It's possible, but I can't see it.
I mean, they have good prospects. Like,
can we talk about the elephant in the room?
Okay, fine. We can talk about the elephant in the room.
More specifically in LA.
That's not getting traded.
Why is he not getting traded? Explain that to you. For what reason?
Because they
for what reason are the Angels? He's not coming back. I think they need to accept reality. Shohei Ohtani is not coming back to LA.
No, unless you break him off for $50 million a year.
Yeah, and even then, I don't think he cares. I think he can get that anywhere. I don't think he cares. Like, he wants to win. That guy is a gamer. He's not going back to a team that just has him and that's it.
Yeah,
pitching sorry.
The Angels are just
they're terrible. They're perennially terrible. They're not going to get any better this year. There's no part of that team that makes me feel good about them getting better. Anthony Rendon, like, he's going to get healthy, and that's the piece that's going to put them over the edge. Is he going to pitch? Like, they're bad. Move him. I understand that he brings in a lot of money to that team. I get it. He's a superstar. He's a global superstar.
But it's just like,
but your team's gonna suck.
Your team sucks with him.
Your team sucks now, and you have the 2 of the best players in baseball. 2 of the best players in baseball history are on that team. Like, it's a joke.
And you somehow can't make the playoffs.
And you can't even sniff the playoffs.
And you can't even sniff.
Not even expanded. That they can't make it. They can't sniff it.
They couldn't sniff expanded in 2020.
No, they weren't even close. Like it's bad. The fact that they've already openly said they're not trading Shohei in the offseason is a joke.
Yeah, like you don't put that out. You don't put that out there.
No, you don't. Maybe you don't do it, but you don't say that. If the offer's there, if someone comes to you with a rap sheet of prospects, you take the deal.
With a rap sheet of prospects and a 1 or 2 like ready major leaguers?
Yes, you take the deal.
Like, okay. Like, for example, if the Blue Jays were trading for him, buy Lourdes, buy Kirk, buy Moreno, buy Orelvis, and maybe
probably
buy
Tiedemann. Yeah.
Like, just go.
Yeah.
Like,
you're restocking your entire farm system.
And your farm.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just, it makes no sense to me, man. That organization is just flat out embarrassing. It's bad. I feel so sorry for Angels fans. A, because they have to cheer for the Angels in that entire garbage front office. And B, the other team in LA is disgusting. I know they're not in LA, but
yeah.
But like, come on, man. That's just, it's just bad.
Now,
I don't. Sorry. Before we get off of Shohei,
go ahead.
I wouldn't personally trade for Shohei. I don't think it's worth it.
I think it's
you're a year away from him being a free agent. If you really think you're a good destination, I don't see the point in trading.
You take your chance.
I take my chance. I take my chance. I know you're competing with the rest or half of the league. I would say, but I take that chance. Like if I have the money and I think I'm a good destination for free agents, I take the chance. Unless you can get a sign and trade, but I don't see that happening either. Like, why would he not want to go to free agency? It's really tough for me to tempt him to be like, hey, sign a 5-year deal, come to Toronto, play in Toronto. Like, it's just, I think you're better off just waiting. Personally.
Yeah, because he's not gonna, like, you're gonna still pay him the $50 million regardless if you're
regardless of whether you sign and trade him or you just sign him. It's gonna be the same deal.
So I really need to talk about this because if I don't, I will lose my mind. So this is coming from Ballcap Sports. Source: the Braves are considering trading Ronald Acuna Jr. Now, he prefaces this by saying he got this information from the same source that gave him the Matt Olson to Atlanta trade a week before it happened.
Yeah, so it's kind of legit.
It's not
bullshit. It's not Jeff Passan worthy, but it's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
Yeah,
but they're saying obviously Alex Anthopoulos is receiving pushback for obvious reasons,
right?
Because it's one of the best contracts in baseball for one of the youngest and best players. So
yeah,
and apparently the Alex Anthopoulos has had discussion with 3 American League teams: the Toronto Blue Jays, the Seattle Mariners, and you're not gonna like the next one. You're gonna like the less one. Yankees. It's the Baltimore Orioles.
Ugh. Why are they in on people?
Because they have prospects and money.
I know.
They have prospects and money. And
I don't like living in a world where the Orioles are good again. I don't like it at all.
They're good again and they have young people. Like,
yeah, I hate this. I hate it so much. I don't want to have to worry about the Yankees and the Orioles. This is stupid.
Yeah,
and the Rays, for fuck's sakes.
But yeah, and a lot of obviously a lot of the stuff that's come out is essentially if the Blue Jays were to trade for Ronald Acuna Jr., it would have to include Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette would be the minimum in the deal. Given the fact that in the situation that the Braves are in now,
that Acuna deal is so nice too.
Dude, what was it? It was 12 for 100.
Yeah,
it was 8 for 100 or something like that. It was 8 for 100.
Nice. Look at him. It's crazy. Him and Albie's got like the dumbest deals I've ever seen.
Yeah, Albie's just still making like $5 million for the next 2 years.
It's just insane.
Like, meanwhile, Ronald Acuna Jr. is just looking around and seeing everybody else in Atlanta getting the bank broken for him, like Matt Olson and Austin Riley. It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah, what happened?
Where was this a year ago? 2 years ago? Like,
he got 8 years, 100 million. 8 years, 100 million. I
obviously think it like goes up. It goes up and up and up. Like, I think it started like super cheap, but it escalates in price.
Is that so? It was in 2021 he made 5. In 2022 he made 15, and then it's 17 for 4 years, and then 2 club options.
How did he get the club options in there?
Wait, this guy's got to fire his agent.
Wait. Does the club options push you to 10?
No, they push. I think that's the 8.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I think that's the 8.
Okay, because I was gonna say if you had 2 club options to make it 10 years, I would. You're firing your agent yesterday. Like
that's so crazy.
But yeah, I think if the Blue Jays in a this is a 5% chance of ever happening. If the Blue Jays do ever trade for Ronald Acuna Jr., Bobichet's gone.
Sure, and then I go get Dansby Swanson or Trey Turner.
And then you go get a free agent shortstop
because they're available. There's 3 of them right now that are legitimate shortstops that you could just go sign.
Yeah, and call it a day.
I love Bo. I really like having Bo on this team. But if my option is Bo and nothing else, or Acuna and Trey Turner or Dansby Swanson, I'm going that route. And you'll have the money to do it.
Or Carlos Correa or Xander Bogaerts. Like
yeah. Like it's nuts.
Like
Xander and Bo are like the same damn player, but Xander's got a little bit better defense.
Xander has like a little bit better defense, and he didn't have as much power this year.
No.
But
he's had it in the past.
But he was 3rd in the league in average this year, 307. Like
he won the Silver Slugger.
Yeah, so
like I do that in a heartbeat. It's probably not legit, but I do it in a heartbeat.
No, I'm like 10% with that Acuna thing. Like
I can't see it coming to be. I can't see them trading.
But there's a lot of things that we didn't see from Atlanta that came to be.
Yeah. So
like fucking Michael Harris getting no money for 8 years.
Yeah, they're just wild. I don't know what Alex Anthopoulos has over those guys, but it's incredible. Incredible.
Like it's
do we have anything else on the Blue Jays? Not really right now, eh?
On the Blue Jays, it's
we talked about Vlad's Gold Glove. Yeah, that happened before.
Yeah, Vlad's Gold Glove did happen.
Kirk was the only Silver Slugger.
Kirk, yeah. I mean, I guess.
I think Bo should have had a chance.
Yeah, Bo should have had a chance. Vladdy, maybe.
Vladdy, maybe. The Bo one is wild because it's like if you look at 2 sets of stats, like Xander has like the average and the on base and all that.
And then
Bo's got all the production.
RBI slugging and
like all the slugging stuff.
All of the slugging for the Silver
Slugger, he had that.
Went to the guy that did not have the slugging. He has the Silver Slugger award.
But like 2 completely different seasons. I'm like, interesting. But
fair.
It is what it is.
Well,
I don't disagree with it. I mean, they're both really good. Whatever. You can go either way.
It's whatever.
But I think nobody else ever had a shot.
Really. I think this is the last thing we have to think we're done with the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
So we can jump to around the league.
Yeah.
And I guess we can start with the I mean, we're kind of going to talk about the Blue Jay in this, but the awards finalists for the MLB season. So we'll start with the American League. Okay. The Rookie of the Year came down to Steven Kwan, Julio Rodriguez, and Adley Rutschman.
No Pena. It's kind of crazy.
That's
how good the rookie class was this year.
I mean, someone did point out like Pena.
He missed time.
Pena's like not even that. His stats weren't that great.
No,
it was like his OPS was like it was 102 WRC plus. He was hitting. He batted 253, 289, and then like a 3 in like.
He went on a hot stretch at the beginning, and then kind of faded a bit.
And then the postseason was kind of just people are just like, oh, this is a guy now.
Yeah,
cool.
That's funny. It's just funny that like the World Series MVP was a rookie and he wasn't in the Rookie of the Year conversation. Nope. Like it's just kind of funny. But I guess technically that happened with the Rays. No, I guess he didn't win. He won.
Rosarena didn't win. Manager of the Year comes from all 3 of the same teams. Terry Francona of the Guardians, Scott Servais of the Mariners, and Brandon Hyde of the Baltimore Orioles.
Going to Brandon Hyde.
It's going to Brandon Hyde just because
I hate it. He's not a good manager. But
it's a 30-win turnaround. What was it like?
He got his team's back ass on the mound,
and they won 30 more games than anybody ever wanted them expected them to.
No, they were good. I hate it, but he's gonna win it.
Yeah. When it comes to Cy Young, we have Dylan Cease, Justin Verlander, and Big Puma.
Big Puma. People are pissed.
Yeah, people are so fucking mad that he got nominated, and I'm just like,
he's better than Shane McClanahan. Shut up.
Yeah, you should shut your mouth. I love you. Stop it.
Who was it? There was another.
Framber Valdez.
It might have been Framber. Yeah, he's better than both. Whatever. He had a great year.
I know he had a great year. Am I taking him over Framber Valdez?
Yeah. Why not?
Maybe.
Framber cheated.
Oh, stop. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. Still got sticky stuff. It's all
And
over
then MVP, I don't really need to tell you. It's Aaron Judge.
It's Aaron Judge.
I don't even need to tell you that.
Shohei's in the conversation, but it's Aaron Judge's award.
Yeah, and then they just had to throw a third person in there. So like, fuck it, Jordan.
Like, that's so funny. If Shohei's team was any good, I think he'd win this one every year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it means something that the team is just awful.
I think if Shohei gets traded, he's immediately the MVP frontrunner by a fucking mile. And it's not even
if
close.
There's a most outstanding player in the MLB, it goes to Shohei every single season. That's not debatable. He's the best player in baseball.
Yeah.
He's a unicorn. What he does is nuts. But the MVP is based on the most valuable player to the team. And if your team, like, if you take Shohei off the Angels, they go from what? I think they finished 4th in their division. They maybe dropped to 5th.
No, I think they dropped. I think they're worse. They are definitely worse than the A's without Shohei.
You think?
By like a good bit, I think.
How much better were they now? Or was it close? I didn't end up seeing the final.
Maybe. Let's see. The Angels finished 3rd.
No, they didn't. Did they?
Yeah.
Whoa.
The Angels were 73 and 89.
That's bad.
The Rangers were 68 and 94. God damn.
That's crazy because Texas wasn't even that bad.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And then the A's had 60.
Okay, that puts a bit of a wrinkle in it.
I genuinely think they were 3rd. I think they had 73. They had 73 wins. I think that drops by 20 if you just take Shohei off that team.
You think?
I think. Like
my one knock on Shohei.
It's at least like 15 wins if they don't have Shohei.
My only knock on Shohei, and I get why he does it, but he pitches every 7 days. And I think in the grand scheme of things, that kind of hurts your rotation.
It does a little bit.
That's the only thing that it's just like the one thing that kind of is. I get why he does it. Like he can't pitch every 5 days. It just won't work.
No.
You won't hold up for a whole season. But like your rotation kind of gets out of whack if you have one guy spotting in every 7th day.
But, which is why someone made like on MLB Network, someone made the suggestion of like be a closer.
Yeah. Put him in the pen.
He would be a fucking amazing closer.
Yeah.
He's pumping 99 now casually as a starter.
Yeah. If he's going 100%.
He's throwing 104 like out of the pen. Like
that was the other guy that people were pissed off that he wasn't in it over Manoah was Shohei.
Oh, Shohei, I guess. Like I could see
because he just qualified.
I could see it. Like
I'm like,
But yeah,
he doesn't pitch enough, man. I think he's great. Also, he didn't win the Silver Slugger in either of the DH, or the utility.
Who won it in the utility?
Luis Arraez. I saw that. I'm like, pardon?
There's no.
Shohei's going away from the 2022 season.
Lying to me.
I swear to God.
Shohei Ohtani didn't win a single award. I mean, I'm assuming Jordan won the DH.
You did.
Okay, that's fine. But are you fuck average? I'm a person that kind of does like average. Fuck average when it comes to that shit. No.
Shohei's a better hitter than Luis Arraez. That's just crazy.
Stop it.
Yeah. Unless it was a typo on the thing that popped up for me, but
old men, man. Yeah. All right, now we probably get to the NL.
That's a joke though. The fact that Shohei's coming away from this season without a single award.
Nothing. One of the best pitchers in baseball and was still a really good hitter, and it's just like, nope, nothing. Fuck you.
Unbelievable, man.
Like
he had a better year than last year, minus the home runs.
Yeah. All right. So I guess now we need to the NL awards. Rookie of the year, Brandon Donovan, Michael Harris II, or junior, whatever,
and the winner,
Spencer Strider.
It's Strider's award, dude.
It's Michael Harris, man.
It's Strider's award, my dude.
No, this is no. We're gonna do this. We're doing this. We're doing this right award. Now. We're doing this.
I wouldn't disagree with Michael Harris, but it's Spencer Strider's award.
I will give you. This is the Ohtani versus Judge debate on a smaller scale.
Okay.
Strider had. Okay, fine. Strider had the stats.
Yeah.
Michael Harris came up and fucking changed that team.
So does Strider.
No.
But it's not a value thing, is the thing. This isn't like it's not an MVP award. This is like just the best. And I think Strider had the best season of the three.
Okay.
His numbers are stupid.
Let me pull up.
He's the fastest to 200 strikeouts ever.
Okay.
That's insane.
I got to pull up Spencer Strider's stats because I just pulled up Michael Harris's. Okay, let's see. All right. So Spencer Strider in 20 starts, 31 games. It was 11-5 with a 2.67 and 202 strikeouts. Fuck, Jesus.
And then they shut him down. But
3.7 WAR. 3.7 WAR.
Okay.
Michael Harris you're just not going to tell me games, baseball reference. Thank you. In 114 games, batted 297, 19 home runs, 64 RBI, 20 stolen bases, had an on-base percentage of 339 and a slugging of 514. That is an 853 OPS and a 153.
He was great.
135 OPS plus, 5.3 WAR.
Okay.
Really?
He's a position player. He's gonna give.
This is the Ohtani. This is like a smaller scale Ohtani judge.
Sure.
And I think
I just think Spencer Strider was better.
I think it's Michael Harris is a word to lose in my opinion.
Spencer Strider just didn't play as much.
Like
when all said and done, I think it's going to one of those two. Brendan Donovan, thanks for coming out, but it's you're not in this conversation.
All I'm saying is Michael Harris. He started the year batting ninth.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the year, he was their consistent 3-hole.
Yeah. Spencer Strider started the year in the pen. He had 9 games in the pen, and then they moved him to the rotation. I'm pretty sure his numbers in the rotation are absolutely ridiculous too, compared to what they were in the pen. Just crazy, man. That kid's gonna be so lethal for the rest. Like that team is so good.
Yeah, it's actually
so frustrating. They're gonna be good for so long, and they're paying other guys $10 to play. It's nuts.
Yeah,
it's kind of annoying.
We get to manager of the year, which I'm. This one's so boring.
Can we stop pretending that Dave Roberts is a good manager?
It's Dave Roberts, Buck Showalter, and Brian Snicker.
It's just the 3 best teams in the league. Like,
just piss off with that shit, man.
Rob Thompson, bro.
He's fucking Aaron Boone with a Mickey Mouse trophy. Shut up.
Oh my god.
Like,
Dave Roberts is the reason they don't have more trophies.
Why is Rob Thompson? We're gonna be biased. We're a Phillies podcast again. Why is Rob Thompson not nominated for manager of the year?
I have no idea. They were nowhere near the playoffs when he took over.
The Phillies were 8 games under 500.
I don't get it.
Oh, okay, fine.
Is it because he was interim? Like,
and I don't give a shit that this happened in the postseason. They went to the fucking World Series. He was an interim manager that got the team to the World Series.
They made the playoffs. They pushed ahead of the Brewers, bro. Like, I'm just baffling that they continue to pretend that Dave Roberts is a good manager and that Rob Thompson isn't on that list. Like, you just took the teams with the 3 most wins and said, yeah, they're the best managers. Like, no, their teams are good. The Dodgers are an all-star team. The Braves are an all-star team.
The Mets are
the Mets spend a lot of money.
Mets spent a shit ton of money. What
they should be there. They should be the best teams in the league. That's what they do. The fact that Rob Thompson took that Phillies team and brought them to where he brought them was insane. It was without Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper was gone.
And then when Bryce Harper was back, he couldn't field.
Literally. You had half of Bryce Harper.
You had Nick Castellanos and Kyle Schwarber in your
the worst defense in baseball. It was awful.
You got them,
and they got them to the playoffs. They got them to the goddamn World Series.
You got them 2 games with a championship.
It's nuts, insane. I don't get it. But Dave Roberts, who consistently blows it every single year, is nominated.
Yeah, when your infield consists of 8 MVPs and 25 Silver Sluggers,
literally. Like, it's brutal. Like, this is a team that they have more wins than any team in the last 20 years, I think it was.
Yeah.
Something stupid. And they've lost.
And have 1 World Series.
Like, they've won the division 9 of 10 years.
I gotta look at this. When did Dave Roberts become a manager? Because I know it was Don Mattingly for a good bit of time.
I don't know. But he's never been good. He's made so many bad decisions. It blows my mind. He's not a good manager. I don't see why he still has a job. Maybe the guys like him.
Yeah, they extended him for
They
extended him to 2025. He's been there since 2015.
So almost all of this run. Because they won 9 of 10 divisions.
Yes. Put it this way. He was there. He was there as long as the Blue Jays did their we're good, we're shit, we're good again.
Yeah.
Like
the Jays were a playoff team when he got hired. And then they were the worst team in baseball. And now they're a playoff team again. That's crazy, man.
With one World Series to show for it, and you didn't play a full 162
and
games.
He still has a job.
And you still
and he's getting nominated for manager of the year. If he wins that award, it's a joke. Absolute joke.
Just give it to Snitker. I don't care.
I could win the manager of the year on that team.
Yeah.
There's no wrong moves to be made.
Okay.
You have 26 guys that are just elite baseball players. Craig Kimbrell was the worst part of their bullpen,
and one guy who forgot what being an elite player was, hitting wise.
Yeah,
but like he can still field the shit out of the ball.
Yeah,
it's fucking amazing.
Unbelievable.
I would love the Blue Jays to get him.
A guy on your bench won an MVP a couple years ago in Cody Bellinger. Like, he's on the bench. That dude is on the bench. I know he's not as good as he was then, but he's on the bench. It's insane. It's just don't stop pretending that he's good.
You lost the Padres in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah,
a team that you couldn't lose to in the regular season.
So brutal.
All right,
that's the one award I think that the playoffs should be counted. Manager of the year. Everything else, I get why you don't. But for manager, man, like the managers shine in October, November.
Yes, with their
that's when they matter.
With their decision making.
Yeah, and Dave Roberts does not shine. He dulls.
If the game 4 of that Padres-Dodgers series told us anything, Dave Roberts fucking sucks.
Everything he's ever done. Like every playoff, there's a move you're like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like, it's just crazy. I have a lot of beef with him as a manager. I know he's a great guy.
We all do.
But like, it's just
he can fuck off. Cy Young. Julio Urias of the Dodgers, Max Fried of the Braves, and
the winner.
The winner. Sandy Alcantara. Like, you can't give him the award for that. It's a shame if he doesn't get that fucking award.
Yeah.
Like,
just such a shame that he's in Miami too.
And he's only making $11 million for that 4 years.
Yeah.
Get him out there. Get him out of there, please. Someone. Yeah. And MVP, I think, is actually fairly close.
Who is in this
one? It is Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, and Manny Machado.
I would love to see Manny get it.
I would too.
Because I think the other two kind of take away from each other.
I think they do, but I also think Paul Goldschmidt will get it because he was basically 2/3 of the Triple Crown like the entire year.
Yeah.
And it was I think he's second. I think he didn't lead. I think he led in average, but I don't think he led in home runs or RBI, but he was basically second or third in that too. Like,
Nolan's defense is something that you gotta.
Speaking of defense, I need to bring this up. Nolan won Platinum Glove for a 6th straight season today.
He's lethal.
And fucking
Jose Trevino.
Fucking Jose Trevino is the Platinum Glover in the American League. Fuck off, man. Really?
I thought that was funny too.
Like,
but I mean, if you look at the Gold Glove winners, who the hell else is getting it? You fucked it when you gave Ramon Urias the third baseman.
Yeah, you fucked it. Like, man,
I think that someone in the outfield was really good.
Straw, Kwan, and Tucker.
Straw was really good.
Like,
Straw's numbers were insane.
And then the infield, it was Jimenez and
Jimenez was good too.
Jimenez and Pena.
Yeah, Pena. I wouldn't give it to Pena, but I could see Straw getting. I think Straw was worth it.
Pitch framing.
I hate pitch framing, but that's the thing is they love pitch framing for some reason. That's the go-to right now, and I will beat the drum all the time about how stupid it is. But
well, most baseball writers are fucking old heads, but when it comes to pitch framing, they're the most young generation of people ever.
I don't get it, man. I know I've said it many times on this podcast, but like, it's an umpire stat. It's an umpire stat, and we're using it to evaluate catchers. I know there's not a lot of ways to evaluate catchers. It's a really tough defensive position to evaluate because like a lot of it is game calling, and there isn't really a way to judge that.
Mm-hmm.
But pitch framing, I don't know, man. If I'm sitting with Doug Eddings behind me every time I'm playing a game, my pitch framing is gonna suck.
Doug Eddings
or it's gonna be elite.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He's gonna give you calls that are 6 inches outside, and you're gonna get the credit for that. Yeah, I don't like it.
All right. Well, I guess we can quickly run through these, and then we got to do free agent predictions of where people are going. Just quickly, just kind of do. Okay. So I guess we'll all start. We'll start with like a small thing that came out. Apparently, there's a new stat.
Okay.
MLB sent out a press release.
Oh, I did.
That's the AWAR. AWAR is now a stat, which is not even that. It's just the average of FWAR and BWAR.
I like that.
Just makes sense.
I like it.
Just war.
Yeah.
What is it good? What is it good for? Absolutely everything.
Nothing. Absolutely everything in baseball.
Yeah. And then Trey Turner just decided to drop his dick on the table and do some goat shit. He dropped it.
It wasn't even Trey. It was the agent.
It was the agents. But yeah, I'm just gonna give Trey Turner credit because Trey Turner's the player. So Jeff Passan drops a video on his Twitter that comes from Trey Turner's agency, CAA. Yeah. It had John Hamm. If you're a Canadian, you know him as Mr. Skip the Dishes, or
yes,
you know Mr.
I don't know what else he's ever done, but he was in one episode of Black Mirror.
He was in. He was one of the villains of Baby Driver.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
him and the girlfriend there.
Him, the girlfriend, and a guy that we can't mention anymore because he's a fucking creeper and a.
Which guy?
Really?
Oh yeah, okay. Never mind. The main guy,
the main dude in that movie.
Right.
You can't say his name.
I was thinking Jamie Foxx for a minute. I'm like, whoa.
No,
Jamie Foxx
no.
That was where my head went. I totally forgot about who was in charge of the whole thing.
Jamie Foxx is a beautiful person.
And then I went Ansel Elgort. I'm like, what's wrong with Ansel Elgort? He seems like an angel.
Yeah. So yeah, they dropped that. So John Hamm narrated a video that is essentially like, here's why Trey Turner is valuable. Trey Vance Turner.
So cringy.
He's like third in the league in WAR since he's come in. He gives you power.
The stats in that thing were crazy.
Yeah,
like,
Trey Turner. Like,
I know Trey Turner's
for granted how good Trey Turner actually is.
Since 2019, he's third in the league in WAR.
He can field well. He's smooth with his slide, and I'm just like,
like when he's like he slides. I'm like, everybody slides, but
like Trey Turner slides are fucking works of art.
They're incredible. I don't know how he does. It's so smooth.
He just slides in and spins and just walks away like nothing happened.
I kind of hate his agency for this because I've been beating the Trey Turner drum. I know it's not going to happen, but like you can't be putting it out to more teams. Like, don't let him know that he's really good. I know that he's really good. I want him here. I've wanted him here. He's not coming here, but I want him.
I know it's unfortunate.
I've loved him since his Nats days, man. Like he's just so dynamic. He's the best leadoff hitter you can have. Like he hits for power, hits for average, hits for speed. He has the speed. He's not great defensively. I don't know why people keep thinking he is.
Even in a pinch, you can throw him at a.
You can put him in center field.
You can put him in center field. You can put him in second.
Put him in second. You can put him anywhere.
I was gonna go there with that, but it works too.
I want him so bad.
Okay. So, and then let's see what else we got here. This is more of like a small thing. Apparently the Astros
could in on Wilson.
Should have had Wilson Contreras at the deadline.
The owner turned it down?
The owner turned it down because it was going to be a Wilson Contreras for Jose Urquidy straight swap.
And they said no?
And they said no. I'm sorry.
Why?
I know Jose Urquidy's a pretty decent pitcher.
He's not.
You Wilson fucking Contreras. Do the straight swap for Wilson Contreras.
Yeah. They decided Christian Vasquez was the better option.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Like that's.
I would have rather had. I mean,
yeah.
No, I would have rather Wilson. That's not even.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Wilson Contreras. I think Wilson Contreras is a top 3 catcher in baseball when he's healthy.
Yeah, and then let's see where are we.
Uh,
And then the final one that I kind of did want to bring up is it's an international free agent.
Okay.
His name is Masataka Yoshida. It's another international free agent. Let's shit. My computer just decided to crap out on me. No, all right.
I still only have half a screen. This is all really difficult.
Oh shit. Damn. All right. So Masataka Yoshida is a left-handed outfielder, a left fielder. That is apparently trying to come over and play in the MLB. Okay. And in 2022, he in 119 games, he had 21 home runs, 88 RBI, batted .335, 447 on base, and a .561 slugging for a 1.008 OPS in Japan. So
I kind of get less and less excited by guys that come over from Japan. Like
I think
they all become really serviceable.
Yeah. I mean, like,
there's only been one that's come over that's been the guy.
The first one that I remember was like, there was Masahiro Tanaka, obviously.
Yeah,
but there was
Yu Darvish.
Yu Darvish was the guy.
Yeah.
Like, and then, well, I mean,
he was great, but he wasn't.
What he was in Ichiro.
Yeah. I think there's like exceptions, but for like Ha-Seong Kim was supposed to be disgusting, and he's good, but he's not
good.
Not elite.
It was Kohei Arihara on the Rangers. He's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
What's his name? Shin Yamaguchi, was he
Yeah, he came over to the Jays. He was not good.
And then
I think it's super hit or miss. Like just because they put up huge numbers in Japan. Yeah. He had
and
moments.
then Shohei
Shohei
Ohtani. Why are we forgetting Shohei Ohtani?
No, that's what I meant in the beginning. When there was that's the one that's come over and been the
and then
guy.
Suzuki's pretty good.
Say it was okay. I don't like. He didn't even put himself in the rookie of the year conversation.
No.
Despite the fact that he's like 26, 28.
Yeah. But yeah, so Senga and Yoshida are like the two main Japanese prospects.
That being said, I take the risk.
Yeah,
you never know, right?
Yeah, but I'm not giving them the money that the Cubs gave.
No,
fucking Seiya Suzuki. They give him. Didn't they give Seiya Suzuki like $85 million?
A lot of money.
Like,
I'm not expecting them to come over and be the best player on my team, but I do take that risk to see maybe it'll translate into North American ball. Especially pitchers are the one that you're kind of like, I'll take that risk because like if you can throw, you can throw.
All right, yeah.
Like if you're throwing 99 in Japan, you're going to be throwing 99 in America. It's not. Yeah, it doesn't change.
Like if if your game is predicated on your velocity, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two things I want to do before we just quickly go into the free agent stuff. Yep. Ji-Man Choi got traded to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the Rays are going to look different.
Yeah. Oh, the Rays are going to look way different. Kiermaier's gone.
Kiermaier's gone.
Officially. G-Man's gone. I think Mike Zunino's a free agent too.
Ooh.
Like. No. So, and then the Rays are going to look way different. They're still going to be a 110 win team because they're the Rays. So it's just whatever at this point. Like, I think the biggest thing for them is a full season of Wander Franco.
Yeah, hopefully.
And Brandon Lau. They didn't have Brandon Lau either.
And when he was there, he was inconsistent as hell.
Yeah.
So.
And then apparently the Minnesota Twins are getting new jerseys and a logo next week.
Yeah. That's cool. Cool.
Doing new things, I guess.
They're still not good.
Okay. So
they lost the Prada of the postseason. The what was it? The Dior of defense.
The Dior of fuck Scott Boras. That's all we're gonna say on Scott Boras. Fuck Scott Boras.
I want no part of Carlos Correa just because I don't want any more Boras clients.
Bro, that was like me. Boras, that was like me last year when like it came out that like Simeon signed with Scott Boras. I'm like, yeah, he's gone.
Yep. As soon as that happened, it was like, well, thanks, Simi.
Yeah, thanks. Love you, buddy. No. But yeah. Okay, so we can finally get into our free agent predictions. I'll give a couple of names of the obvious ones, and then we'll see where they land. And if we're right at all, we're probably going to be wrong as shit. Obviously, big one, Aaron Judge.
I don't think he goes back to the Yankees.
I am inclined to agree.
I've said for a while, like everyone's on San Francisco. I still think Uncle Stevie throws his money out there.
Oh, he does, but I think if anything, it's him and the Giants. It's them and the Giants.
Yeah, I think it's between the Mets and the Giants. I think honestly, if they throw him enough money, I think Aaron Judge is ready to piss off Yankees fans.
Oh, facts.
For the way they treated him on the way out, I think he would be like, you know what? Screw you. I'm going to the Mets. I'm going to dominate you over there.
Yeah, it's also. I mean, he's from the Bay Area, I guess. So that's cool. Did you hear the report that the Dodgers were thinking of moving Mookie Betts to second base and fucking signing Aaron Judge?
We got to do something. They can't win it. I don't know if Judge is the guy to do it.
But yeah, like Aaron Judge, is he going to have another 62 home run season? Probably not. But like,
if he's healthy, that guy he's still an elite hitter.
At minimum, you can pencil him for 40.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly, when he's been healthy, he's been phenomenal. He's got the new teeth. I think that changed everything. Changed the airflow into his lungs.
Yeah.
And
then the next one is the top pitcher, I guess, on the market. Young Jacob deGrom.
He's going to Texas.
He's a Texas Ranger. Congratulations, Texas. You got your
That's the most Texas Ranger move too, because it's the guy that should be the best pitcher in baseball, but he's never healthy enough. So Texas is gonna be like, we got our guy, and he's never gonna play.
No, that's an Angels move.
And you know what? It's also an Angels move.
That's an Angels move. Like
it's just Texas or LA. It's just like the move.
I guess the thing was Jacob deGrom wanted to be closer to home. I think he's from Florida, but like Texas and Florida, I guess they're kind of close to each other. We're Canadians. We're Canadians. Sorry.
The problem is you don't want to play in any of the Florida markets.
No.
Like you're not going to Tampa. You're not going to Miami. So You could have maybe gone to Atlanta.
Atlanta's close enough, so you could have, but like, yeah.
I'm not
taking that. I mean, you're not. I don't think DeGrom would do the what we want for Aaron Judge and piss off Mets fans by going to Atlanta.
No,
like,
no. I think he respects Mets fans.
He does. He's just like fuck.
He's ready to go.
He likes Mets fans, but he's like fuck New York. I hate being here.
Yeah.
He hates being there, but he likes the fans. If that makes sense.
I think that's fair.
All right. So then, obviously, the one we were just talking about, Trey Turner. That man is a Philadelphia Philly.
You think?
He's a Philly. He has talked about wanting to play on the East Coast.
Okay.
And if there's one thing that Dave Dombrowski loves to do, it's fucking spend money where possible.
Yeah.
And you're telling me
they're losing Gene.
They're losing Gene. So Bryson Stott, hi, you're a second baseman now.
Yeah.
And you just get Trey Turner.
I honestly I have no idea where Trey Turner can go a lot of spots.
It's facts because he can go to the Blue Jays and move Bo Bichette to second. He can go to the Blue Jays with Ronald Acuna Jr.
He could go to the Yankees. As much as I would hate it, he can go to the Yankees. He can go to the Orioles.
He can go to the Orioles.
He could go. They could pay him to go to the Red Sox.
Oh, facts, because they don't have a shortstop.
There's lots of spots that Trey could land, and I don't think there's a solid spot that's in the lead for the Trey Turner sweepstakes. I don't think we're in the Trey Turner sweepstakes.
I don't either. Like,
I would love to be, but I just don't see it.
Yeah.
But honestly, any team that's close to wanting to be a playoff team should be in on Trey Turner.
Yeah, if you're at minimum a fringe playoff team, you should
probably be in on LA, like the Angels.
The Angels, which I guess that is such a fucking. We're gonna shit on the Angels again. That's such an Angels thing.
Yeah,
you need pitching. You're gonna just fucking
go and get another position player. Yeah,
that's gonna.
I wouldn't even count out him going back to the Dodgers.
No, I wouldn't either. Like
I have no idea where Trey Turner's gonna be.
This
Not
is
one
like
clue. Philly makes sense though. I like that.
I think I might be talking out of my ass here because of last year. I think this is one of the few free agencies in the last couple of years where it's like, where are these people going?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't know.
There's no really like all the big boys you don't really know.
Like Fred, like you knew last year. It's like, okay, Freddie Freeman, like you're probably in Atlanta.
There were two spots.
The Dodgers, like friggin'.
What do you call it? Trey Turner to the Phillies though makes a little bit of sense because the Bryce and Trey connection.
Yeah, like
I don't know what their relationship was when they were in Washington.
I would assume they're still good. Like I would
think. They seem like two guys with similar morals. I'll just put it at that.
And next we have the Balenciaga with a bat, Carlos Correa.
The Gucci of
the Gucci of love. I don't know.
It was the Dior of defense.
The
Prada of playoffs. The Chanel of clutch. No,
I fucking hate Scott Boras.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
I hope nobody offers Correa a deal again. I hope he gets some stupid one.
I hope he gets. You know what?
I'm so frustrated with that guy.
All right, so I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do a serious one, and I'm gonna do a fuck Scott Boras one.
Okay.
Seriously, Dodgers.
If they lose Trey, I guess.
If they lose Trey, and then the fuck Scott Boras answer, which is gonna pain me to say this.
Oakland A's.
Nope, he's getting a 2-year, $40 million a year deal with the Baltimore Orioles.
Back to the one they tried last year.
Because the former GM of the Orioles used to be the Astros GM. Like, or was it he was in Houston. I don't know if he was the GM, but like he was in Houston when Correa was there. So
yeah, the connection's there.
So yeah, I think Correa could get a short deal with the Astros, but seriously, he could go to the Dodgers.
I'm trying to. I think he's going to go to Detroit.
On
some stupid
him and Javi.
Yeah.
There was also there was also the Cubs that could be in on him because they were in on him last year.
It's going to be one of those stupid teams.
Like,
I think Boras just keeps pricing Correa out of decent deals.
But like, Correa should be getting money, man. He's amazing.
He's just a dick. And he's a Boras client.
Yeah, he's a Boras. Yeah, he's a Boras client. Amplified with the fact that he's a dick. I
don't like Correa either. I've never been a Correa fan.
Yeah, the third, and then we'll get to the third of the shortstops. Xander Bogaerts. That man is going to be a Red Sox.
You think?
I'm like 60-40. He's going to be a Red Sox still. Like,
my only thing is like if he was going to be a Red Sox, he would have been a Red Sox already. I don't think he's going back. But again, it's the same as the Trey Turner situation. A lot of teams could use him.
Yeah, like one of the teams that we could like mention that probably that is going to maybe lose a shortstop, the Braves. Why
Sure.
could the Braves could go Xander Bogaerts
Sure.
if they wanted?
Sure.
Like,
if you want to make the switch from Dan's to any of these guys, if you're the Braves. I don't even know. Around the league, Minnesota's going to need a shortstop now. They seem to want to spend money unnecessarily. The one team I can almost guarantee you that none of these guys go to is Texas.
Yeah.
Because they already have two guys that want to play shortstop.
Yeah. One that left us because he wanted to play shortstop, but he didn't.
Yeah, and he ended up playing too.
Fuck you, Marcus.
I know he's not. None of them are going to the A's. None of them are going to the Rays.
And none of them are going to the Marlins.
None of them are going to the Marlins. The Marlins are that team to throw out money at some random free agent, though.
Yeah,
it won't be one of these guys, but it'll be.
Yeah, they threw money at Jorge Soler and obviously Garcia last year. Like,
yeah, just random like weird moves. I would love to say the Brewers would be an interesting team on any of these guys, but they seem to be selling.
And they also have Willie Thomas.
Yeah. I mean, you move Correa to 3.
Yeah, maybe. And then I guess we can just loop in the last of the shortstops, Dansby Swanson. Like any of the 4 shortstops that we've just mentioned could basically just
anywhere. They could literally go
just mix them in anywhere. Yeah. Like you could
honestly.
Any team that maybe has a shortstop, like
yeah.
I guess then we could
wouldn't hate Dans either.
On the Blue Jays?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it either.
It seems like a lot of people don't like him for some strange reason. He's inconsistent.
Yeah.
So he's a Blue Jay.
Oh, facts. That's Blue Jays 101.
That's the Blue Jay way.
Are you inconsistent? And but he has a good glove. Yeah. So
it's a great glove.
I guess then we could get
great hair too. Imagine having him and Bo.
Oh my god.
The all hair team.
Flow Bros. And then we get to let's see, we get to the pitchers. Justin Verlander.
He's an astronaut. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
He's not going anywhere. We can just move on from there. Kind of. Yeah. Blue Jays, maybe, whatever.
There's probably interest there, but I don't think there's interest from Justin. I think he's going back.
No,
I think as long as he's going to play, he's going to be Houston Astros.
He's an
just a matter of how many years.
And then we move on to probably the most interesting pitcher for me is Carlos Rodon.
I would love to see Carlos Rodon. And there's interest there, but
I love it. But you know what? I think Uncle Stevie's going to blow the bag here. Probably. I think Uncle Steve.
You're losing DeGrom. You need someone.
I think this is where you.
Scherzer's 80 years old. That's a good fit.
Yeah. All right.
Then I hate to say it, but the Yankees.
Oh, he does fucking. Him without a beard.
He would be a Yankee.
Him without a beard is going to be like Odor.
Yeah. Super weird, but I could see it. That'd be a disgusting rotation, though. Rodon. Cole, Nestor, Sevy, and then what's his nuts from the A's there?
I was gonna say I'm hoping you forgot his name just because that's how bad he was. Frankie Montas. Yeah. And then I guess I just rapid fire a couple. Wilson Contreras.
I think he's a Cub.
Cubs fans are gonna hate me for saying this. He's going to the Cardinals.
You think?
He's going to the Cardinals.
Well, the Cardinals do need a catcher. Well, when they trade for Kirk, they're not going to need him.
Hey, DH. Albert's not there anymore.
That's a good point.
I
still don't believe that Albert's fully retired. I think he's coming back.
Yeah, facts.
He's way too close, right?
Yeah. Then Brandon Nimmo, Blue Jays.
I want nothing to do with Brandon Nimmo.
Why not?
That's so much money.
Is it
so much money?
He's younger. I mean, at the very minimum, he's younger than George. When George got his money.
Yeah, but he's not George.
Fucking healthy. Yeah, I know.
Okay, yeah. I mean, George was healthy before he came.
He's healthy. He's a lefty. He gets on base. He's everything that the Blue Jays fans and people said this team fucking needs.
He's a lot of money for another outfielder.
I mean, think this also implies that if you do get Nimmo, this implies that one of Lourdes
one of them are gone. Actually, I don't even think it needs to. I think Teo should be your DH.
Facts. And then
I think you move. You can
see exactly. This is why you get Nimmo. You have Teo DH the majority of the time,
and you move Kirk for a pitcher.
You move Kirk for a pitcher, and then this also makes you could just literally on any given day, George and Teo could flip DH in right field or DH, or you could have George and center and DH like Nimmo or something like that. So yeah.
I don't. If he was cheaper, I'd be here for it. That's a lot of money on a guy that I'm not all that high on. I think he's good. I think he can be great, but he scares me, and it's a lot of money. for an interesting decision. But everyone seems to love him, so I don't know.
Let's see, where are we at here with this? Okay, we'll run through just like a couple more. Jose Abreu.
I can't see him leaving.
I can't either, but I think if he does leave, he doesn't leave the city.
Oh, you think he goes to the Cubs?
I think he goes to
I've
the Cubs.
seen that. I've seen a few people say that.
Like, I don't think I don't think he leaves.
I don't think he leaves either. They love him.
I'm more tapped in with the White Sox than I probably should be.
Yeah.
Their whole dilemma right now is they have two outfielders that are first basemen that do not play the out. They have Andrew Vaughn, who is literally one of the worst fielding outfielders in fucking MLB history.
Yeah.
And they have Gavin Sheets, who is became a little bit better, but and the thing is, like, they have a bunch of DH and first basemen at this point. Like, they have Eloy Jimenez, who really shouldn't be playing left field anymore because he's fucking injured all the time. They have Yasmani Grandal, who can't catch consistently all the time.
Yeah.
They had Jose Abreu, if they want to bring him back. They have two, as I said, the two corner outfielders that play that are first basemen. So it's just everywhere is everything. Like
Lou Bob too. Like Lou Bob's a great outfielder.
Lou Bob's a great outfielder when he's there. My boy Yohan Moncada is like the only fucking great defense. Had a shit hit year. Tim Anderson they brought back on the club option, which I guess is a thing. And then I guess let's I can run through a couple of like the
I can't picture him in any other uniform. That's my only thing. Is just like I don't see him as anything but a White Sox. He just embodies the White Sox vibe.
Okay, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna go 5 more that are kind of like 5, 6 more that are kind of smaller.
Okay.
Joey Gallo.
I think the Dodgers might take a chance on him again.
I think I might bring him back.
I think it worked out well.
But I also think if the Blue Jays don't get Brandon Nimmo, I think Joey Gallo is going to be there. Joey Gallo.
They have had interest.
The Blue Jays have always had those, like, every season, regardless of who. It's always if you fix him, he's a fucking amazing player. Joey Gallo will be that player for the Blue Jays if they sign him.
Especially with the shift.
Shift is gone. As far as I can remember, Joey Gallo still plays a really good outfield.
I think he was okay last year.
He was okay last year, but like
Gold Glove level, but he
wasn't Gold Glove.
He was Gold Glove in LA. He was phenomenal in LA.
Okay.
We're not gonna boo him every single day.
No, so that helps. I was gonna bring you up, but you're probably going back to the Yankees. Andrew Benintendi. Yep. Mitch Haniger probably going back to the Mariners.
Right? Yeah, I would think they like him. He likes it there.
Will Myers, Padres. He's a free agent.
Do you think he wants a bigger role somewhere?
I mean, yeah, because at the point where he became a first baseman for the Padres, like he was a right fielder the entire time, and then when Soto came in, they're just like, "Oh, Will, we don't have a spot for you anymore.
Yeah,
so
play
first base."
But he's just, I think he likes it there, and I mean, I don't know if I'd leave the Padres right now. That team's pretty good.
No,
you're not gonna get a better team elsewhere. You might get money, but I don't know.
Okay, and then we have JD Martinez.
Jumbo Dong?
I don't think he goes back to the Red Sox.
Arizona. Little reunion tour.
That's a random one. All right.
That's probably the one guy that goes to like a weird ass team, and I think it's Arizona.
I think he becomes Nelson Cruz and goes to Minnesota.
Okay. The Rays.
Fuck. Oh God.
I can see him as a Ray. Stay in the division.
All right. A guy that potentially would be great if he was on our team. Michael Brantley. Where do you think he goes?
I'm so out on Brantley, man.
You think he sticks with the Astros?
I would assume. I really don't want in on Brantley at all. Like he was hurt and he wasn't great. And he's getting older.
He batted like 285 this year.
And then he got hurt.
Okay, fine.
He was like okay, but he wasn't. I'm kind of out.
Yeah, and then let's see.
I know he's a lefty. I'm so done with this lefty conversation too. Give me 9 righties. I don't care. And Cav.
I mean, I like the visual. I like the visual difference. Okay. And then let's see. Pitchers. We already went through these 3. Fucking Clayton Kershaw just went back to the Dodgers because that was a shock.
That guy's a Dodger for life.
Yeah. Chris Bassett is an interesting one. Like,
you think he liked it in New York enough to stay?
I mean, he declined his mutual option. Oh, okay. His end of the mutual option. So,
yeah, but he probably wants more money. But
and years.
Do you think he earned it?
I mean, he was pretty good for the majority of the season.
Yeah.
And then had like one bad start. He had a couple bad starts.
Yeah.
Like one of them being against the Braves. But like again, wouldn't mind if the Blue Jays tried to get him.
No.
Like, but I think
he might, 3 guy.
He might go to the Phillies.
Phillies could use some starting pitching.
Phillies could use him.
They have no depth in that.
No, they have Suarez, Wheeler, and Nola.
Suarez was all right.
Mm-hmm.
You never know with Nola, man. Like Nola has shown that he can be elite and he can be shit. You really don't know. Wheeler kind of same deal. Wheeler was a Cy Young. Did he win? No, he didn't win it. Did he win it 2 years ago?
No, he lost to Corbin Burnes.
Right. So he was a Cy Young finalist last year, and then he was just all over the map this year. I don't know. They definitely need starting pitching help. Yeah. That's a team I thought would have tried to be in on DeGrom.
Yeah, they should actually be in on DeGrom.
Right. I think DeGrom's just heart set on going to Texas for some reason.
And then finally, the last one that I want to bring up just as a former Blue Jays legend that I kind of want to come back. There's a couple of Blue Jays legends that are free agents, but one Blue Jays free agent or Blue Jays legend I wouldn't mind coming back. Young Taiwanese Walker. I wouldn't mind if he comes back, but like
he's coming back as your 4 or 5 guy.
He's
like your Stripling.
To this day, I don't get why we didn't even try to re-sign him.
Yeah, I don't know.
After 2020, he was fucking good with us in 2020.
Yeah,
like
he seemed to like the team too.
He did. He was mad that he pretty like from what I heard, he was mad that he didn't get brought back.
Yeah,
like
it's a weird one. Why do you make that move to not try and get him back? Like you got Robbie back. You didn't go after Taiwan. I thought that was weird because Walker at the time was the better of the two. I mean, obviously Robbie had a better season.
Walker didn't get used in the playoffs, which is fucking confusing.
Yeah,
like in that 2-game series, the fact that
he had like a 0.98 ERA.
Yeah, they wanted to use Ryu game 2, which I guess is cool. You used Taiwan Walker game 1.
Yeah, like they did like a Shoemaker.
They did Shoemaker and Ray. Like,
and it was weird too at the time. Like they pulled Shoemaker even though he was dealing. I'm like, okay,
all right. Well, those are the players that I got. There's obviously more that we could get into, but we'd be here for.
Where do you think Young Jock's going?
Young Jock, I think he's
got to go back, right?
He's got to go back. Bro, he's getting paid 20. He's going to get 20 mil.
I'd take that deal.
Yeah. So, well, I know you got to get out of here. So
yeah, I got it.
We'll wrap it up here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got through everything. Look at us go, eh?
Look at us, man. It only took us.
It's gonna be weird seeing G-Man in a different uniform.
Yeah.
Such a rip.
Like
I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we did get through everything. I mean, we could prime the people that what we're gonna try and do this year for the off season.
Surprises.
Yes.
We'll we got all sorts of surprises coming up. All sorts of fun stuff we're gonna do. Hopefully by the next episode, there's a couple of fucking people that sign.
People like of note.
Yeah. Like nothing. Just a bunch of boring stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably, and even then I need to grab the TikTok off of you because what I'm going to plan on doing is the second, like a free agent, but like say an Aaron Judge signs, I'll hop on TikTok and just be like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, because like it's weird. It's weird that nothing's happened.
No, like the biggest move was Robert Suarez.
Yeah.
Or Edwin Diaz, but like.
Yeah, but that was before it even, like he re-signed.
Yeah.
It was weird. I guess they all re-signed, but like it was before the thing opened.
Yeah. Crazy. All right, well, people, we're gonna put this into the air, and just you can send this video to them specifically. Kevin Biggio and Danny Jansen, we would love to have you on as guests of this podcast. I know it's the off season. We would love to have you on. Like it'd be very much appreciated.
I mean, Danny's probably a little busy.
I mean, yeah, Danny could be a father.
Danny's got dad work to do. So
go be a good boyfriend.
Yeah, it'd be great to have either one of them.
Yeah,
that's the white whale for this podcast.
Yeah, our white whale is Kevin Biggio or Danny Jansen.
Yeah. So yeah, that'd be fun.
Yep.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week sometime.
Yep.
I got nothing for you. We were supposed to be back earlier, but it's just
but our sleep schedules.
It's not it has not been ideal.
Yeah.
I'm still dying. I made it through though. So
yeah, I'm currently also operating off of like 2-3 hours sleep because
that's good.
I went to go see Black Panther: Wakanda Forever yesterday at 11 o'clock at night, and I didn't get home till 3.
Nice.
So I spent I'm a super fan. I spent $25 on the Cineplex
the cup things.
The cup,
bro. I have so many of those.
I got the cup.
Yeah.
The bucket and
Oh, that's the what? Okay.
And the
oh,
chain.
that's sick.
Yeah,
like that.
It was that. It was this, a bracelet, or a keychain, and I got this.
Is it the you had like the popcorn bucket that like it's
yeah,
like his
I
head?
mean,
Oh,
if we have time, I mean, we're still recording. I could grab it if you want.
Yeah, go get it. I want to see
okay,
it.
hold on.
I want to see it live. It's a notable thing happening. Sorry if you're in the audio. This is not really for you, I guess.
Right, so here's the cup.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
And here is the bucket.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
That's all the characters on them.
Huh. I like that.
Wow.
They used to do like it was like the helmets. It was like I have an Iron Man one and a Deadpool one, and it was like they used it for popcorn.
Yeah.
You like open the top. I have a couple of I have a lot of those cups. Every time I go, I get those cups.
I have that and the Batman bucket just sitting in my room.
That's pretty sick.
Like,
I think I've got a Guardians cup. I've got 2 Star Wars ones, 2 Spider-Man ones, and then one other one that I can't remember. But like, yeah, I've got a lot of those cups. They're cool. They come with a little figure on the top.
Great, dude.
So
like,
cool.
I didn't even expect getting this.
No, that's pretty wicked.
Like, it's actually crazy.
Was it good?
It was. I really liked it. It was really good.
I'm very excited to see how they handle Chad being gone. You don't need to say anything.
Okay, are you a person that has ever cried watching a movie? Because this movie in the first 10 minutes will test that notion.
Movies, not really. Okay. Every now and TV shows get me.
Yeah, okay, so this isn't a spoiler for anybody that's still listening, or Brant. You know how they do the regular like Marvel intro where it's like
oh, they did like a Chad one.
They did the Chad one specifically, but it's what they do with the Chad one specifically that fucking hits hard.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, Fast and Furious 7, that got me.
Oh, the Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. All right. Well,
that one hurt.
Well, we're not. I don't want to get it too deep into it, but
all right. All right.
There is okay. This isn't even spoiler. There's one person that shows up in this movie that I'm like, oh,
okay.
Oh, we're doing this.
Okay.
Oh, you did this.
Did you stay for the after credit stuff?
Oh, okay. There is one. Yeah, you know how Marvel always does the like, here's our credits that are like in character in the movie. Mm-hmm. There's that one, and then that's it. There's no like, you don't have to wait longer. Once
there's no after.
There's one it's mid credits, I guess you'd call it. Mm-hmm. But the one mid
there isn't one.
It's very fucking important. So
okay.
But
so it's worth sitting around for that one. But there's nothing at the end of it.
There's nothing at the end. I looked. It's a really good movie. I would 10 out of 10 recommend. It's also me like 12 hours after watching it. So
I do want to go see it. It looks good. I just haven't had the chance.
Yes. So Wakanda forever, and we appreciate you watching this episode of the Flight Deck. Follow Brant is
now
dying.
turned this into a Black Panther, Black Panther podcast. Yeah.
Socials, all of
Yeah, everything's linked in the description below. Don't forget to go to bedstamp.app. Use the promo code ASports. It's not the.
That is EH
Sports. And we'll catch you next week sometime.
Yep.
Cheers.